So Nine of Wands is about like you're wounded from past occurrences, from past obstacles, from past wars, battles, and you're still standing up, you're still in the forefront of the battlefield per se, but you're like guarded, like you're still initiating, but you're wounded from your past obstacles. So there's something in the past where you're still showing up, maybe for your abundance, or you're still showing up for your dream, still showing up in reality, pursuing what you need to pursue and guarding what you need to guard. So this can be you're still showing up to, you're standing up for what is right, even if you have been wounded by it. Delays, it signifies like a time that you kind of like you have your guard up, so it's like a time of showing up for what you need to, but giving yourself a time to like recuperate from past obstacles that may have wounded you, and then you need to like bandage yourself up. And also it's kind of humorous because when you see the Nine of Wands in the traditional tarot deck, it's like, is that fence really going to like hold anyone back? Like, is that fence really going to guard you? So I mean, consider like the fence or the walls you're putting up, are those really going to guard you? Are those obstacles, or is the wall you're putting up, is it really benefiting you, or is it actually like restricting your movements because you're following your self-limitation, your fears, because you're wounded from the past? There's something in the past that you have been wounded by. Ten of Swords is very detrimental to the conscious, because like you're kind of debilitated, but it's still in the mind, because you have to think about the swords are in the mind. The Ten of Swords can still be good because it signifies that whatever has occurred has already ended, and it's in your mind. Whatever has ended, it has ended, and now you can begin. Have your moment of being a drama queen, and maybe like, oh, the world's ending, I'm debilitated, but it's all in the mind because you don't literally have swords in you. This can signify that whatever has been in the past with the Nine of Wands, it can signify that like it really hurt you, it really debilitated you intellectually, it really just broke you down mentally, where something in the past like fucked with your mind, it fucked with your brain, it fucked with how you perceive yourself and your potential of just getting back up. But you're still doing it. The thing about the Nine of Wands is you're still showing up, but there's like this wounded, like even if you show up, there's still this like fence, there's this guarded sense of like, I'm going to show up, but I'm going to take extra steps to be careful. The mom that signs up their kid for like something that they want to do, but then they wrap them up in like bubble wrap, like they sign them up for like, I don't know, archery or sword fighting, but then they're concerned because they want to wrap them up, and it's like, is what you're putting up really going to protect you from the swords? And I think that analogy or that symbolism actually goes well with the Ten of Swords, but like, is what you're putting up actually going to protect you from your mind? Because really the Ten of Swords lets us know it's like we're technically the only ones that are hurting ourselves, because whatever has occurred has already ended, and it shouldn't debilitate you so much that you put up walls to experiencing life. Whatever happened in the past for you that's completely debilitated you mentally, it might have broke down your spirit so much that you're like a different person, like you're not experiencing life the way you might have experienced in the past. So like, instead of using your wands for like creativity and passion and action, you're like putting up a wall, you're like restricting yourself. So you have to think about like, is that wall restricting you, or is it really, I mean, I'm going back to like, is it really doing anything at all? In Justice, it tells us well, first of all, there needs to be a balance, but also like you need to be like, justice is like cutthroat, and also it's confirmation that like whatever happened to you in the past, you're going to get justice for it. Whatever, if someone has hurt you or something has hurt you, it's going to get justice, justice, but it's going to have like a recuperation or like a healing essence to you finally getting that confirmation. But justice is also, I mean, it's also about the scales. It's also about balancing your mind. So really getting out of your head. So what's going to happen is like, and I'm getting like putting up a wall is actually going to debilitate you mentally even further, because it's going to make you guarded to life. It's going to make you guarded to experiences. It's going to make you guarded to new things, because you've been so hurt from the past that you mentally you're restricting yourself, and physically you're restricting yourself because you're not taking the action. But there will be justice, so there needs to be like a balance. Justice is always refers to like karma. There will be a balance to the cycle. Part of tarot is essentially that it is the journey of the soul. We are the fool, so you have to consider that in life we do have to experience like the downs and the highs. If we were always in the high, I mean, that's why people seek addiction and drugs, because they get obsessed and focus on that high, and then it debilitates them. I'm not saying this has to do with like addiction, but I'm saying that life has its downs and it has its highs, and if it didn't, there would be that imbalance in life. If you always seek the highs, that comes with addiction. If you always, and then you hit that lows. So there is going to be a balancing of your energy, that you're going to get back what was taken away from you. This will be a hard energy to get into in regards to what we have seen. But 9 of Cups is about gratitude. It's about accepting. It's also about being prideful of what you have gained, like what you have, your achievements, and being proud of that and having that gratitude for yourself. So a daily practice could be just doing gratitude every morning. Whatever you have experienced, there's a sense of gratitude for it. There's a reason for it. Like there is something in this, like think about like what in this experience has brought good. Like what in this experience did I learn something? What in this experience did it bring good in it? And focus on that good. Like I don't have to deal with that shitty person anymore, leaving behind shitty people, so I have more space for people that are actually decent and good and have the same values as me, of balance, of justice, of loyalty, of honesty, of transparency, because that's what justice in the swords is. It's about being transparent, and even if transparency in event like hurts you or you're backstabbed by it, it still brings you towards like having that gratitude, like, oh, I'm glad that person backstabbed me, because now I know to cut that bitch out of my life. It's like people that backstab you, you have that opportunity to be like, well, I'm grateful that happened to me, because now I know what kind of people I want more in my life, and I can just cut that shit out.